Starting the BRZ in my home garage in my neighborhood at 7:30 is never a good idea. And this is honestly why I really don't like taking cars home, because I hate this very exact moment right now. I think that as I got older, I became more aware of how annoying it could potentially be to have a really loud car in the neighborhood. And now that I'm a homeowner and I actually live here and this isn't like my parents' house, I like feel responsible for having a loud car in some sort of way, and like, it's fucked up. I don't like it. I don't want to have these feelings anymore. Dare I say it, but I could almost understand why maybe some people don't like straight piping their cars. Not saying that I'm never gonna make mine any quiet, but hey, the thought has crossed my mind and that's what really counts, right? Hi, can I get a white chocolate mocha, please? Man, this feels like a flashback video in the BRZ getting Starbucks. One thing I do miss is where we used to make videos of doing absolutely nothing. Do you guys remember that? Like, we would just film hanging out at the pool, and like that was really it. There was really nothing car related going on at all. It was just hanging out and doing random shit. Those times I do miss. And if someone could say that in 2 years time, like everything would evolve to where it is now, I would still be like super stoked, but I think I would try to remind myself to have it not always be about cars and have it more be about just having fun with your friends. Yo, one car that I would still like to own, and this goddamn Accord isn't gonna let us see it, so I'm gonna cut them off. I still would really like to own this year STI, but not the sedan. I really like the hatchback version, but something about that car I just absolutely love. One day I hope I end up doing it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come up next to me, bro. He shouldn't be able to see us through these windows, but oh, he's trying not to square off with us. Here we go. Act casual. He didn't look. He didn't look at all. You're supposed to look, bro. Rule number 1, if you're a Subaru owner, if you see a fellow Subaru owner, and as long as it's obviously a modded Subaru, you always gotta wave. But then again, I didn't wave to him, but he never looked. So if I would have waved, he wouldn't have seen it, therefore deeming it pointless. But hey, seriously, one of these days I hope to do that model. Who knows? First things first, today I'm gonna get this diff off to a shop to get it fixed up. This is my first time doing any sort of like diff modification, and I honestly didn't know that if you were gonna do a new LSD and go deeper into disc like replacing like a pinion, that you need to drop it off at a shop. So today we're gonna go drop it off at a local place down here in San Diego, and they said they're pretty backed up, so it's gonna take a couple days to do it. So I wanna get this thing off to them as soon as possible. I already got everything loaded off here. Normally I wouldn't take the BRZ, but because I just missed this car and I've been driving it and I've really been enjoying it, I'm gonna take this car. So I'm gonna try to just throw this diff on the bottom of the floor here and try to make it fit.
In my opinion.
That's really heavy. Oh my god. Instant regret. Instant regret. Operation Save the FD is in full effect. I wish that this FD was going to be ready in time to go to Seattle, which is this Sunday, July 13th, I believe it is. I'm gonna be at Sandstorm, Seattle. So if you guys are gonna be in the area, y'all already know, you guys better be down there and coming to hang out with us. If this FD were ready, I probably would try to take not only this BRZ, but the FD as well. But unfortunately, it's just not in the cards for this event, but maybe the next one. Oh my god, I almost just caught that guy turning into me. Holy shit. YouTubers be like, next rebuild coming soon. Damn, that's clean, bro. Let's get a better look out here. Damn, that shit looks icy, bro. Bringing the dream alive out here, doing what we never did. Breaking hearts on the channel. Everyone getting upset, per usual. RX-7 is coming. Oh, there's a cop. Woo! Slow it down, boys. Slow it down. We got some cops. I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting lately, and I want to speak up about this just one time, because I just need to get it off my chest, because it's been like really writing down on me lately. And this is a prime example as yesterday's video when we did the Lambo doors and the BRZ. There's just so much like shit talking, like a lot of shit talking. And it's like, bro, it's not your car, it's not your build, it's content that's being made for either you to choose or not to choose to be entertained by it, aka entertainment. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Lately I've just been banning people if they're talking shit in the comments so they just never see the channel again, because I've been kind of noticing this the last year or so. I like cater to certain content or only film certain content that I know that people will quote unquote like, or that won't get like bitched at, or people won't like hate on or whatever. And it doesn't make it fun anymore. Like I used to make videos and it was just like doing whatever I wanted. Like it was literally just doing what I wanted that day. It wasn't like doing some install or like feeling that I always had to be doing an install. Like whatever I wanted to film, that's what was gonna make it on the vlog. And like there wasn't like so many people watching where like there wasn't like a backlash if I didn't like do like what was expected, or I wasn't like doing something that's never been done before. And that's just not fun. Like it's just not fun. And I'm like ranting. I don't even know if this will even be in the video. I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the video because I don't want to look like I'm bitching and complaining or anything. When I'm editing this video, I can use this as a reminder for myself to do whatever the fuck you want to do and have fun, because if it's not fun, then what's the point in doing it? All right, where we're going is somewhere within 500 feet to our left. That's what my nav says. I hate going to places I don't know because I literally don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna have to U-turn. Oh, Pro Gear, it's right there, I see it. Okay, we got a U-turn. All right, I'm gonna go drop this diff off and hopefully I'll come back with good news and say that it's gonna be done sooner than later. Wish me luck.
Yeah, I'll have him check everything when we have it, and if anything feels rough or I got recommendations that feel...
That was super easy. He said they're pretty slammed right now, but they think they can have it done in the next couple of days. So hopefully before we leave for Seattle, which is later this week, we should be able to put this diff back in the car and get this thing back on the road and maybe even get a redemption burnout in the FD. As I mentioned, tomorrow this car is leaving for Seattle, so I just spent like the last hour or so wiping down the whole entire car. The 4 products I use, for those that are curious, I always start, well, let me get this straight. 2 days prior to this car literally got a car wash, but because I was driving it today and yesterday, it got a little bit dirty, so I wanted to give it a full wipe down. So I always start with a waterless wash and wax. For the paint of the car, once all the paint is done, I go back over with a quick detailer because I like that high gloss finish. And then I use Meguiar's spray on tire dressing. I'm a fan of like really, this is gonna sound weird, wet looking tires. I love like the super shiny tires, so I always hit that super hard. And then I also used a waterless wheel cleaner. Notice everything I used was waterless because the car was already cleaned. I just did everything inside the garage, which makes it easy. And then obviously I used a glass cleaner, but I'm like very particular of how I like to clean the car when it's not being used with like a water and wash bucket. Honestly, I tend to like do this 3 times in a row, a couple times a week before I actually end up just washing the whole entire car, because it's quicker. You don't have to go outside and get all wet and do all that stuff. And the car always comes out looking 10 out of 10. Amazing. All right, Mick, really quick, I want your advice. I don't know where I put it. I asked the internet, but I want to get your thoughts. Where did I leave my valve cover for the JZ?
Oh, I put it over here on the table.
Oh.
So I don't want it to get messed up.
Do I paint it black? Do I paint it gloss gold or red? And keep in mind the bay.
What car is this for?
For the Supra.
So many JZs around here.
I know, well it's for the Supra.
Okay.
And I have all the piping for the Supra, like intercooler piping, all that stuff gonna be powder coated gloss black. So just the top, because on that car we have it red. For this car, a lot of comments said make gold.
If it were mine, I'd go neon yellow. But
Okay.
it's not mine. If I had your car and I had it set up the way you do and I didn't do the neon thing, I would do gloss black.
Really?
I would
Just
match
make
the
it.
piping in the car. That way you've got all the satin black
That's what I was
versus the gloss
thinking.
black, which is
That's what I
really
was
cool.
thinking.
But gold would be cool too. Even though there's no other gold in the car, if that's your
It's just like the cool, because it's like the heart, it's like the gem.
Well, if
The
that's-
idea behind it is like, oh, it's just.
So you don't really have a thing, so
Well, the theme of the car is carbon and black.
gloss black.
That's what I was thinking. Gloss with like,
Yeah, you can hand paint that.
I don't know, maybe that would be gold.
Or you
I'm
can
not
sand
quite
it
sure.
all off and get rid of it, make it nice and smooth.
Oscar from SOS is actually coming down today to talk with Mickey and them about something that they're doing. And while he's here, I'm gonna toss him this cover and have him go and get it painted. So I need to like figure out what color. I'm gonna leave it a surprise.
Wait, so maybe your viewers can tell us, or maybe you know the answer. Why are some of these blue and some of them gray?
The VVTIs are blue,
Okay.
and the non-VVTIs are the gray color.
So this is non-VVTI.
It's non-VVTI, which is technically more rare motor than the VVTI.
Well, these were actually in the Supra, right? Mm-hmm. The VVTI ones are mostly out of the Ristos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I hate that color. Had it been the VVTI and it was like the baby blue, I would have kept it. I
No,
love that color.
no.
But this gray is ugly and hideous.
But
and I want
hey,
it
I
gone.
learned something today. That's cool.
How to teach dad new tricks. So I have ultimately come to a decision on this RX-7. As I mentioned to you guys that I was like considering selling it and doing something different. And I know it's gonna break a bunch of hearts, but I'm gonna
It's not for sale, boys! It's not for sale!
I was gonna try and tell him that I was listing it for sale, and you fucked me. You fucked me hard, Mick. I'm not gonna tell you guys what, but I just bought some new parts to this car with Mickey, like literally earlier this afternoon. There was a lot more love on this car than I thought, and after renegotiating it with myself, there was so much that went into this car, I don't think I should get rid of it, at least not yet. It would be cool to have the Supra and this done at the same time and do some videos with that, and just to have a garage with both this car and the Supra working at the same exact time. So I'm gonna keep it, but what I'm gonna do this time is I'm just gonna change a bunch of stuff up. I've been looking at wide body kits, I've been looking at new body kits, a lot of stuff. I love where it's at right now, and I agree with you guys that it is perfect, but it needs something new. It needs to be fresh again. We just got these new frames in. They're not for sale yet, but they will be for sale probably in the next month or so. But I'm like slowly putting them on all the new cars. Very overdue. Mickey's jealous that he doesn't have one yet. I just want to take this quick moment to let you guys know, to put you on notice, to notify you, to keep you aware, to make sure that you know that your boy just went full send. And I haven't done a full send like this in God only knows a long time. But I can't tell you what I just went full send on. Sorry, that noise in the background is my little robo shark thing cleaning up all this dog hair, so disregard that noise. I just broke a lot of hearts and I just made a lot of hearts. I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is that we're getting back to our goddamn roots, and I don't care who knows it. I want to tell you guys so bad, but I can't yet. SEMA build 2019, baby, in full effect. I want to tell you guys so bad, but I can't. I'm sorry, but I want to let you guys know right now. It's coming. I'm not gonna let you guys down. I'm gonna make you proud. But I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you yet. I'm going crazy because I'm excited. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I had to tell you guys that. Shout out to SOS. I didn't made a little house call and they picked up the valve cover for the JZ. I told them that I wanted a little surprise. So I don't actually know how it's gonna turn out. We talked about it a little bit. It might be gold, it might be black with gold flake, it might be red, I'm not even sure. I said surprise me. Worst thing that can happen is that I don't like it and I drive 20 minutes up to the shop and get it resprayed, but...
Drop it right now. There's a dead bird in his mouth. Can you please?
Oh, Blue! You good boy!
No, he's gonna get a disease.
Drop it.
Drop it. That is so disgusting.
Oh!
That is gnarly,
Thanks for the vlog content, Blue. Little dead. I didn't even see you there.
Yeah, you should have called me back.
Hey, I texted you back. How you gonna out me like that? I was expecting the Skyline, but instead you brought...
Oh, you didn't hear what happened? It's sold. No.
I saw it was for sale.
Yeah, I gave up on that too.
Uh-oh.
So it's gonna make power now.
Oh, so just like that.
I blew a coolant line under the intake manifold. So ISR sent me a manifold.
I saw that. ISR makes RB stuff now?
The forward-facing one. Yeah, they make 25s and 20 stuff, so.
Damn.
So dock race, turbo manifold, big comp turbo, hopefully a lot of power.
Making
Not
some,
a lot, but like
making some big boy power.
More than the Z, that's for sure. That's the plan at least.
Kona loves playing with the pine cone.
He has blood all over his mouth.
Sit.
Oh my gosh, buddy.
Open it
Hold on,
up.
Kona, stay. Bro.
It's okay, he's a big boy.
He loves chasing pine cones. Like, he loves pine cones more than anything in the world. Pine cones are his favorite thing.
Drop it.
And I always hate letting him play with them because they always cut up his mouth like that, but he doesn't seem to care.
Oh my God.
You just kicked that with an open-toed shoe.
Bro.
I'm sure there's gonna be some people in the comments that are like, how dare you let your dog play with pine cones? How dare you do that? It's okay. It's okay, Cones. I'll let you play with the pine cone. Go get it.
His name is Cones, so he has to play with Cones, get it?
Yeah, Kona's nickname is Cones.
Come here, Cones.
Good job, buddy. Drop. Good boy. Earlier in the vlog, I was talking about some comments I read that were just like pissing me off and like kind of like brought me down, and I haven't felt like that in a very long time. But I think this recently I've been really getting in my own head, and when that happens, I oftentimes go back and watch like old videos from like, man, this was now, let me look here. This was now 2015. This was 4 years ago, and I was just watching videos that were actually from 5 years ago, which is, I wish there was a way where I can go back in time and talk to myself. And I guess I'm doing that in a sense by these videos that I'm making, because I just probably spent the last 2 hours watching old videos of myself and friends, and even reading comments that are more recent from you guys. It's like commenting on everything, and I don't know, it's always a really good like kick in the ass reminder to keep my head up and just keep moving forward and kind of going back to that mentality. But this is a vision board video, and I used to really be all about this stuff, and I still am. I'm not into it as much as I used to. I'm not as proactive about it, but I don't know, I kind of just go back to when I was like doing this and when I was living with my parents and thinking about where everything would go now, and I'm just so happy that I kept up with everything. And it's mainly a reminder just to like keep doing what you're doing and to enjoy what you're doing, and that had I have seen my current life 5 years ago, and it's like I never could have imagined, you know, being where I am now. Sometimes I just take for granted of how crazy things have gotten, and I take for granted everything. All the cars, the shop, my friends, my family, Sabrina, my house. And then I like get mad at myself for getting frustrated from comments and getting frustrated about what people think and getting frustrated on myself if videos aren't performing, and it makes all these like daily things that are like daily battles internally that just come from stress that I put on myself because I've always wanted to be progressing. And I don't know, it's like a weird like full circle mind fuck. And then I kind of go back to reminding myself where it started, and it's like a weird like self-therapy thing. I'm just like, oh yeah, like all the stuff that I'm worrying about really isn't important, and what is important is that I'm happy every day and that I have everything I've ever wanted. But for some reason in like this life that we live, we're always chasing more because that's what social media portrays, and it's like this big fucked up circle. And I'm getting so much deeper than I want to about this, but I feel like if I don't talk to you guys about it, then I don't fix it myself. And when I say talk to you guys about it, I think I theoretically mean just talk to the camera about it, because in a weird way, the only time I ever actually talk to myself about these problems that I'm like going through every day, I only ever talk to myself about them when I'm talking about to the camera, because that's like my outlet. But really, I'm talking to no one. I'm just talking to a camera right now, and a lot of you guys are watching myself. I hope this shows you guys that you can have it all and everything is still just as stressful, and you still have the same anxieties and all that stuff. It's just the only thing that keeps you grounded at the end of the day is remembering what's really important, and that's like the people around you and having fun. And I think that's why the video yesterday when we did the Lambo doors, why it triggered me so much, is because that video, like, sure, it's not like making the fastest car in the world and it's not the most expensive mod, but it, like, me, Kevin, and Calvin had so much fun. We had so much fun doing that. And like, we didn't do it for views. We didn't do it for anybody else. We did it because it's like we fucking wanted to. That's like what the 17 and 18-year-old us would have wanted to do, and we did it. And we shared our experience as friends and shared it with the world. And just to be ridiculed of like, oh, that's so lame, that's so stupid. It's just like, the fuck, bro? How you trying to tell me that, bro? You know? Like, the fuck? Just makes me mad on how, like, I do it to myself because there's so many people watching, and because there's this expectation of always like doing something crazier than the next channel, or like beating a record video that you did like a year ago, that you get so caught up on like the views, and you get so just like wound up. At least I do, and everybody does, and you kind of just like forget like why the fuck you're even doing it. I'm talking